Coban. We're asking for a discovery reset on Miss Fields' case, which is page 6. Cause number is 679-516.
April 21st at 10 a.m.
April 21st, 10 a.m. Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Will Brooks.
Afternoon, Judge. I have Miss Courtney Britt on page 6. It's 679-537. And it's a DWI, Judge. There's been no blood returned back from the lab. So if I could, Judge, I'm asking for a reset for the results to be returned.
Okay, for 1 month.
That should work, Judge. It's about 30 days old.
Okay, we'll set it for April 21st, 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Rene Vela.
Present, Your Honor.
Mr. Vela,
Yes.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What is
Oh,
your
here
name?
for Herrera, Anthony Herrera, case number 649-592. The compliance regarding Mr. Herrera, he's on the Zoom.
Hello, Judge.
Good afternoon. Was there a report submitted to the court?
Judge, if I may, this is a compliance hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how you guys want to handle that. I could email you the supplemental report if you would like. But it was Judge Saldaña requested a compliance hearing.
So do you normally confer with him and then report back to me, or?
Judge Saldaña normally talks to him and after reading the report. So that's why I was wondering if you would like me to send that to you or.
Yes, I was looking for it and I couldn't locate it. Could you please mail it to me?
Yes, Your Honor. 1 second.
It's a DWI, Your Honor. It appears there may have been an issue with the intoxilizer, maybe. And he's informed me that he's now put it onto his vehicle. So he said, he's telling me the probation officer requested a compliance.
I'm sorry, did you send that to me?
I'm sending it right now. Sorry, my internet's slow, Your Honor.
Yesterday we had a lot of people that lost electricity. It just seems the weather isn't cooperating with us.
Yeah. Okay, I just sent it.
Okay, so. Is there a recommendation on the part of the officer? There doesn't appear to be any recommendation to the judge.
So I'm looking at what, from the court summary, the officer was saying, scram in lieu of, the portable alcohol monitoring device for the duration. But, we could, scram's pretty expensive. I'm not sure if you maybe want to just have the portable alcohol monitoring device on for the duration of probation or switch it over to scram. I normally leave that up to the judge.
But he is already on PAM, isn't he?
Yes.
So you're thinking just go ahead and keep him on that instead of the scram because it's too expensive?
Yes. Yeah, I think the scram's like $315 to $316 a month.
Okay.
So, and I'm looking, he's also got that case on the felony court too, so.
So Mr. Herrera? Mr.
Yes, Your
Herrera,
Honor.
you're muted. Yes. I'm looking at the report that was submitted to Judge Saldaña. Obviously, she's a little more familiar with your case. It looks like you've had some problems complying, and that's probably why she put you on this hearing. I'm hesitant to have you signed up for scram or because it's very expensive. So you need to take your probation a little bit more seriously and comply. And when they ask you to test. Otherwise, you might be looking at some more conditions being placed on you in order to be on probation.
Yes, Your Honor. The thing is I already changed my device to my vehicle, the one that goes on my vehicle, instead of the
Personal monitoring one?
yes, ma'am. I asked my officer if I can do it. She read the court documents and she said that I was able to change it over, and we did it last month.
Okay, so you have an interlock system.
Yes, I changed it to an interlock system now. My officer said that I was able to do it, and I changed it at the end of last month. That was after I got my compliance hearing request.
All right. So would Judge Saldaña require him to come back for another compliance hearing to see how he's doing?
No, Your Honor, if there's any more compliance issues, the officer will send something in.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to ignition interlock since he has access to a vehicle.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, Mr. Herrera, again, take your probation conditions very seriously.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, I appreciate that. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And thank you for your staff. I was running a little bit, so they heard me up, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Brent de la Paz.
Good afternoon, Judge. I couldn't find my mute button. Your Honor, I have Nicole Reyes. She's the first one on On page 2, 641401, and she's present with us on Zoom. And I have also on the second page, I believe it's on the second page, just lost it. Yes, on the second page, I have Jessica Olguin, 648386. Miss Olguin is a plea this afternoon. Ms. Reyes, I need some more time to get information over to the prosecutor on a vehicle inspection. I think the last date Your Honor mentioned was April 21st. If that still works, that works for us.
Okay, April 21st at 10.
Thank you, Your Honor. And then we'll wait to the end of the docket for Ms. Olguin.
Okay. Ms. Mary Petrashek. Okay, she's probably busy. Joel Rodriguez.
Good afternoon. Your Honor, this is the first setting on this case. Just want to reset on this one.
And what is the client's name?
It's on page 6, Haley Tarango, case number 679584.
And you want a resetting in a month?
Longer if possible, Your Honor.
45 days?
Yes.
May the 10th? Is that also at 10 o'clock?
Yes, Your Honor.
10 o'clock.
And my client is present. Are we excused?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Kenneth Bell.
Afternoon, Your Honor. We're here on Paul Bustamante. That's the first page, fourth person down. We need to go ahead and have a conference with the prosecutor, if you don't mind.
What is the cost number on Mr. Bustamante's case?
It is 627647.
So you'll be placed in a breakout room and your client is on?
Client is on, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, Mr. Bustamante, just hold on. Your attorney is going to confer with the state.
Mr. Kyle Ernst.
Yes, right here, Judge, and Mr. Cormier is signed on as well. I believe this is our first setting. Given the fact that there's only one ADA, I was wondering if we could get a 30-day reset and I can email Mr. King for an offer on this case.
Your Honor, we have both ADAs already available.
Okay, great. All right, so what is your client's name again?
Sean Cormier, he's present. Wave your hand, Mr. Cormier. There he is.
Okay.
And can I get a reset date right now?
Before you confer?
Yeah, and then it has to be released after I get an offer, because I doubt we do anything today. That is because we'll have to go with offer and discovery with my client.
Okay, April the 21st at 10 a.m.
Okay, may my client be excused after I confer with the state?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Luis Martinez.
That's not me honking, I promise.
Yes, sir, Mr. Martinez.
Judge, I've got Antonio Martinez. He's on page 2. Bottom of page 2, it's a criminal mischief case. Mr. Martinez also has some felonies pending, Judge. Those are set for trial on May the 16th, and I would anticipate that we'll be able to get this one resolved as part of a package deal on those cases.
All right, so are you asking for a reset?
Yes, Judge, I'd ask to reset it for 60 days so we can get those resolved together.
May 24th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Martinez and I excused?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Patrick Montgomery,
I have Tres Reyes. He is fourth up from the bottom on the second page. He's got 2 motions to revoke. I'd like to speak to the CLO and to the prosecutor.
All right, can you give us those cost numbers, please?
Yes, ma'am.
I was not able to hear you. I don't know what happened.
Sorry, Judge, I was using the space bar to unmute and I released it by accident. So, Mr. Tres Reyes, the one case number I have in front of me is case number 651554. But he has a second case number. It's they aren't adjacent to each other on your docket. Let me scroll down here. Yes, I just don't see the other one on the docket, Judge, but
it's,
I know that he's.
it's the second one on page 2.
Thanks, Aleda. Good eye. I appreciate it. There it is. Yes, ma'am. That's 642251. So both of the cases are on page 2. One is second from the top, the other's fourth from the bottom.
Okay, and you want to confer with the ADA?
Yes, and we'll need the CLO because they're probation revocations.
Okay.
Thanks,
So would
Your
you like
Honor.
to confer with them both or one at a time?
Usually it's the 3 of us.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
So we
Judge.
in the breakout room.
We'll fight it out, Your Honor.
Great.
Okay, so next one would be Mr. Keith Engelkey.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I have Miranda Perkins. She is on the 4th page. Her case number is 669941, and she has been accepted into pretrial diversion.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that. You were, the noise was kind of fluctuating in and out. What did you say?
Okay. My client is Miranda Perkins. She's on page 4. Her case number is 66.
I got the case number. It was the very last item that you said I couldn't understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's been accepted into pretrial diversion.
Okay. Aleda, if that's the case, then do we need to do anything else with Ms. Perkins today?
We will just reset it for 60 days, so everything will go through, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll set it for May the 24th at 10 a.m.
All right. May I be placed in a breakout room with my client? And excuse from there?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get him. Okay, well, I do that. Mr. Kenneth Bell has ready to make an announcement.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Paul Bustamante, 627647, page 1. We're back from the prosecutor. I need a 60-day reset. The prosecutor and I are going to try to resolve this case.
Okay, May the 24th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
May both my client and I be excused?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Richard Garcia.
Good afternoon, Judge. This is Richard Garcia. I have a case on page 6, Belester Fierro Navarrete, cause number 679627. I reviewed the discovery that's provided and I'm lacking discovery. Could I have a 30-day reset?
Okay.
Or may I?
April the 18th at 10.
Thank you. And Mr. Fierro Navarrete is present on the Zoom hearing. May we be excused?
Yes.
And the date one more time, I'm sorry.
April the 18th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Miss Alice Warburton?
Good afternoon, Judge. Attorney Alice Warburton here. We are on page 3 in about the middle. It's cause number 664. It's just up. It is cause number 664614, Henry Martinez. He is here, Your Honor. I was actually conferring with the state in the chat box before he went to the breakout room. I'm still waiting, Your Honor. I'm looking at my file and I'm still waiting on Coban. I've let the state know that, and I've also filed a blood discovery motion in this case that needs to be, I think that they're still working on it, Judge. Looks like it was signed. So I just asked for a 60-day reset. That way, the state can get me the missing discovery, blood discovery, and videos, and they can make me an offer because no offer's been made at this time. But Jeff King and I were talking about it earlier. We already conferred, and I'm going to send him an email with a list of things that are missing, and he's going to respond by uploading that evidence and getting me an offer.
That is correct, Your Honor.
May the 24th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. May Mr. Martinez and I be excused, please?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Judge.
Marisa Morales?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I have Angel Gomez, cause number 630945. I believe he's on the first page. And he should be present here on the Zoom as well, Your Honor. And I have a motion to withdraw on this case, which I can email to Aleda, depending if you're needing to sign off on an order or not.
Yes, can you have that? Can you email that? And your client is on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and I believe he's in agreement. Is that right, Angel?
Yes, I'm going to resign counsel.
Are you appointed or you are retained?
I'm appointed, Your Honor. This is kind of a lagging case from a felony that I took care of. And so, which I haven't been on the appointed list for some time now on misdemeanors, and I'm not on the felony anymore as well. So that's one of the reasons I'm needing to withdraw at this point. And Mr. Angel Gomez has resources. He's going to retain counsel at this time as well.
Is that correct, Mr. Gomez? You're going to hire an attorney?
I'll be looking into that pretty soon. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm just trying to get this like on the road already, you know. So yes, ma'am. I'll be looking into that after this call is finished.
Well, we need to know whether you're going to hire an attorney or are you going to request another attorney be appointed? We need to know that. So I'm going to ask you to stay on, and you're going to speak to the court coordinator at the latter part of this, and then we'll call you back in.
Sounds good, ma'am.
Okay. And you did email that motion and order to Aleda?
Yes, I'm going to email that right now, Your Honor.
And I'll put Mr. Gomez in a breakout room. Mr. Lee Mendoza, I'm going to put you in a breakout room as well. Okay, I think Mary Petrashek, are you available? Still busy? Oh,
I see her on, but she's muted.
yeah, I think she must be busy in another court.
What about Brent De La Paz?
Here you go.
I thought that case had been reset on Nicole.
Ms. Reyes has, Your Honor, I have a plea on Ms. Olguin.
Okay.
that to be after the docket.
All right.
whenever you're ready.
So we're waiting on the police still. Any other announcements?
Judge Patrick Valentine, I'm back from conferring. On Abhishek Giri, page 3, 663-843. I had the discovery issue. Mr. King says he's going to look in their discovery management system, and if there are no reports we haven't been provided, he'll be dismissing the case, hopefully sometime today.
Okay.
So what I would ask the court is for a quick reset, just to make sure that happens. Come back in within a week.
Do we have a date for him, Aleda?
Within a week, let's see. We can do March 31st.
Okay.
At 10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
31st, 10 a.m. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Ms. Petrashik is available now.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Sorry about that. I was here and then at the courthouse and now here again. So I tried stopping by in the courtroom, but I was like, I'm just gonna the office. So I think I had two individuals on the docket today on page 4, Miss Kayla, and then Mr. Banda, I believe, was on page 1 and 2. And I believe Mr. Banda was here. I thought Miss Kayla was here. She was texting me earlier, but I don't see her on the Zoom.
Looks like Deputy Butler is chatting to see if she's available.
Yes, he did that, I think, when I was there. But I keep texting.
Mr. Bond is on.
I think I just needed to confirm.
In a red polo shirt.
The date.
Mr. Banda is there.
Okay, so Mr. Banda is there, Ms. Kayla is not.
I'm in here. Oh, she is here, Judge. She's I guess listed as iPhone.
All right, can we see you, iPhone?
Yes.
I'm in here.
Are you driving?
No, ma'am, I'm not driving.
Is somebody else driving?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Petrasik?
Yes, Judge, if I may be allowed to confer with the state on these cases.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Banda, Ms. Kayla, stay on while your attorney visits with the state.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
And Mr. Daniel Guerrero, Mr. Guerrero, do you have an attorney?
I do not, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm going to place him in a breakout room so I can meet up with him.
Okay. Mr. Guerrero, the court coordinator is going to meet with you to see about whether or not you're going to hire an attorney or whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed one.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Is it safe to talk?
Who's speaking?
Oh, that's me. I just didn't want to interrupt if you were doing a plea or something. I just popped in from the breakout room. I was going to ask Aleda, I finished with Corey, and if I could now be in line to talk to a prosecutor.
She just stepped away.
I'm back, Your Honor.
Okay.
Let me put him in line.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
And Mr. Velasquez, is your plea paperwork ready?
Hi, Aleta. Good afternoon and good afternoon, Your Honor. I believe it is. I've already filled it out. My client has indicated that he's already filled out the paperwork as well. So it should be back to the court, I believe.
Okay. I'd like for you to go into a breakout room and talk to the state. They will find out exactly which judge received it. And maybe we can reroute it. If it went to Judge Saldaña, we can send it to Judge Ender, unless you already have a judge.
We don't have a judge. I believe we were set to plead with Judge Saldaña. But however, I'll confer with the state on that and see where we're at.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for the attorneys to finish conferring. Aleda?
She said you had to step away, Judge. I don't know if she came back yet.
All right.
Your Honor, for your information on Mr. Abel Lee Mendoza, he's in custody. He's the one where John Young had requested a motion to withdraw, and he was not opposed to it. Miss Mary Petrashik is a new attorney.
Okay.
And she is aware, and so is the client. The client is in the waiting room, so they will be meeting in a few minutes.
All right.
Okay, and I have not looked into the emails to tell you the truth to send you those withdrawals, but I will do so.
Okay.
As far as the gentleman that is in custody, Ini Icon, and Mr. Barrera, I have forwarded the a re-invite to their attorneys, so they must be busy in court.
Okay. Who are their attorneys?
On Mr. Ini Icon Impignon, his attorney is Paul Smith, and that would be on page 3. Fifth to the last, and then Mr. Barrera is on page 5, the first one. His attorney is William Simmons. Okay. And Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Angel Chavez. This is on Marisa Morales's client that she is requesting a motion to withdraw. I do have his telephone number. I will be seeing his file tomorrow and get him another court-appointed counsel.
Mr. Gomez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you heard that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you decided to apply for a court-appointed counsel instead of hiring somebody? All right,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you're going to stay in contact with the court coordinator?
Yes, ma'am. I went ahead and just messaged her again on this thing so I could confirm her number. And yes, ma'am, tomorrow morning I'll be calling her.
Okay. Do you want us to reschedule this then for 30 days, Adelaida?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll schedule it for April the 21st at 10 a.m.
Thank you very much. I just received the message as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Potasek, are you back from conferring?
Yes, Judge, I am back.
You conferred with on all 3 cases?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So what is your announcement?
Yes, Judge, on Abel Mendoza 663-286, if we could have a week, less than a week, I think what we're gonna do is the state's either gonna dismiss it or we're gonna do like a time served situation, just so we can be done with this case. In this court, he does have a pending felony case as well that's awaiting trial in the 437th.
So you're saying you need a week, 2 weeks?
No, I think the state just wanted a week to, because I think they need to just check with felony court.
A week, Your Honor.
Yep. Hey, there he is.
Yes, just a week, Your Honor, please.
Okay. Do we have a date for her, Aleida? Aleida?
I don't see her. I think she may be trapped in a breakout room. I do have announcements on the other ones, judges, as well.
Okay.
On Miss Kayla William Leah, she's on page 4,
Mhm.
69334 and 669335. She has a pending felony that has not been indicted by the grand jury. So I'd like to see if that's going to happen and maybe wrap these cases up together.
So are you asking for a 30-day, 45, or 60-day set reset?
I think, honestly, Judge, I think 60 days. They're a little backlogged in the grand jury.
May 24th, 10 a.m.
Yeah. May 24th. Perfect.
And with regards to Mr. Banda?
Yes, Judge, Mr. Banda also has a pending felony, and I need to talk to that court because it looks like he has no attorney listed, and so I'm going to talk to the court about appointing me on that case so I can try to take care of all of these cases together. That should take less time. So just maybe-
it appears, is that on 638030?
Let's see.
Or is that his number here?
You said 638. What was that?
030. It appears he has an outstanding felony warrant, I'm being told.
I think it may have been like a sealed case, and it sounds like maybe they indicted it and then may have issued a warrant then.
Do we have one of the assistant district attorneys on? Are they all in breakout rooms?
Okay. I'm back.
Okay, so it appears that I'm being told that Mr. Banda has an outstanding felony warrant.
Okay.
Did you all confirm that as well?
Yes, Judge. So I think they had said that it was indicted, I want to say December 21st of 2021 is when I guess the grand jury had indicted the case. And so from my experience is probably when the warrant also was issued out. And I don't believe Mr. Banda was aware of that. I wasn't aware of it, Judge, at all, that this warrant was issued out. We knew that the felony case was sealed pending indictment, but we never got notice that when it was actually indicted. And I mean, I wasn't appointed the attorney on it, so of course, I mean, it's not, I wouldn't have, if that makes sense.
Well, I guess Mr. Banda could be picked up at any moment unless he takes care of that.
Yes, Judge, and I'll go over the easiest way for him to take care of that through satellite, so he can get that warrant resolved.
Okay.
He's very responsive. Every time I've called him or texted him, he's on it, and he's always showed up to court. So I don't think that there's going to be any. Does the court show a bond amount on that charge?
I do not have that information. Mr. Butler, do you have that information?
I do not see an amount on the felony case.
Okay, more than likely they'll probably just set that bond then when, I'll oh, I lost the judge. I'll go over that. Oh, there's Judge. I'll go over that with him then, Judge, to have a bond company lined up to take care of that for him through satellite.
Okay. All right, so we need to schedule this for.
I think 30 days should do it for us, Judge.
April the 18th at 10 a.m.
Okay, perfect. I think we were talking about Mr. Abel Mendoza rescheduling that for
a week?
Next week. Yes, Judge.
Aleda, do we have a date in a week?
Your Honor, we can do that March 31st,
10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. And Aleda, it'll either be a dismissal or a J set on that day.
And Ms. Petrashek, will you be meeting with the client?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put you in a breakout room.
And then Judge, may Ms. Williamson and Mr. Bonda be excused for today?
Yes.
Thank you.
Address the court.
Yes.
Hi, Judge Pat Montgomery here for Tres Reyes, Trez with a Z, Reyes. I've talked to the CLO. I've talked to the prosecutor. We're asking the court, well, I'm asking the court for the longest reset that you'll give us. I want to prove to the CLO and to the prosecutor, Mr. Reyes's worthiness to continue on probation. That requires that he perform certain tasks. He'll need to basically catch up with some of the things that he's become delinquent on. If we do all that, I'll be in a better position to talk them into a favorable settlement. If we don't do all that, well, then Mr. Reyes will be in a less favorable position. One last thing, Judge, there is an unindicted felony case pending.
Bury the lead.
And that noise was from a Galaxy Note 10 from Bob.
Oh, Pat.
Mr. Hicks, I was talking to the judge.
Go ahead.
So I'm asking Judge for the longest reset that you'll give us.
May 24th at 10 a.m.
That's great, Your Honor. I appreciate it. May myself and Mr. Reyes be excused. I will discuss the case with him over the telephone instead of occupying a breakout room.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge. Take care. See you, Bob.
Hi, Pat. Good morning, Your Honor. May I approach?
Yes.
This is Bob Hicks. I apologize for getting here late. I had a client scheduled at 2 o'clock about an affidavit of non-prosecution, and it just now got that resolved. I confer, I suppose, on David Hernandez.
I'm sorry. Your client is David Hernandez?
David Hernandez, and his cause number is 667657.
Okay. And you wish to confer?
Yes, Your Honor, I would appreciate that.
All right. Mr.
Last time they
Hernandez,
didn't have a file.
go ahead and remain, and we'll go ahead and Mr. Hicks and have you go into a breakout room so you can confirm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't believe I've met you before, Judge. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, may I be placed in a breakout room with my client, Mr. Hernandez, Adrian Hernandez? I'm sorry, it's Attorney Velasquez, Judge.
Okay, and what cause number is that?
It's not on your docket, Judge. I do believe these were add-ons. However, there are two pending cases, 662-280 and 662-279.
Okay. So you wish to, and that's Adrian Martinez, and you want to be put in a breakout room?
Briefly, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have two counselors in the courtroom, Judge. Can they approach?
Yes.
Afternoon, Judge. Sorry, I'm not dressed like an attorney. Talk with Corey Richardson when you get a minute. It's about a probation matter for one of my clients.
I'm sorry, who was speaking?
This is Attorney Colin Hobbs. I'm in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Richardson, and you need to be in a breakout room?
Should in 30 seconds, I imagine. Perfect. And then I'll go to the other one.
Just real quick, Judge. I'm on page 3, and my client is Eni Eppignong. He's in custody. There's still felony charges pending. He has hired a felony counsel, and I believe that this cases will be resolved with a felony resolution.
I'm sorry, I did not get your name.
Paul Smith, page 3.
And your client's name is Eni?
Eppignong, yes, he's in custody.
Okay. And your announcement is that you're waiting on a plea for a felony?
Well, I think, yes, I think the felony cases will draw resolution of these cases.
Do you know when they're scheduled for?
I want to say around the 4th of April. I had to think of the month, but I'm not absolutely certain. He has hired counsel on that. I was appointed originally, and then he'd hired someone.
So how much of a resetting do you want?
I'd like 30 days, and then if we get done ahead of time, the case should be resolved if they get the felony resolved.
April 21st then?
Excused?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Aleda,
Yes,
for Jessica Olguin, do you need me to send you the plea packet? I know Judge Saldaña had already signed.
yes, send it to me. We need Judge Ender to sign it.
Okay, I'll send you that to you right now.
Okay. And, okay.
So are the attorneys still conferring, or are we ready to proceed on the pleas?
Well, Mr. Jeffrey King, I think, is available, and Ms. Sanchez is conferring with one counsel, so whichever. Do you have some of the documents ready?
Are you asking Mr. King?
You.
Oh, I don't know which ones are.
Gonna go. Yeah. Let me.
Which,
Your Honor, it looks like I'm sending you right now. I just received it. This will be on Jessica Holguin. Give me a minute.
Alita,
Yes.
I caught an error that I made with that as far as the case number. It's 648-386. And I put 346.
Okay. But in the main, on the main document, it's right?
Yeah, it's just the case number is wrong. I put a 4 instead of an 8. So 648-386.
Oh, okay. All right, well, let me put it
I'm sorry
together.
about that.
It's okay.
I still haven't received Jessica Olguin's.
I was hitting the go button and it was still downloading.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah, the internet doesn't seem to be cooperating today.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very windy over here. Maybe it's doing something.
It does kind of feel like Amarillo is coming to visit when you walk outside.
Did you say Amarillo?
Yes, ma'am, that's where I'm from. And it gets seriously nippy in the wintertime up there.
It's a lovely community.
I'm glad you like it. I was rather fond of it as well. Where are you from, Judge?
I'm from Laredo.
Oh, okay.
It's very windy here too.
Yes. I have spent some afternoons on the baseball field at Laredo Junior College and noticed that it was breezy from time to time. Your Honor, while you're waiting for that to come through.
386.
Approach.
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
This is Bob Hicks.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, I'm back from conferring with Ms. Sanchez. And I had some questions about the case, and she said, that's kind of interesting. I'd like to review this. So I've come back to request a reset.
Okay, how much time are you needing?
As I was discussing with her, somewhere between 2 weeks and 2 years.
How about April 18th?
I've got to be a bunch of other places that day. I'll just add this to the list. Thank you.
Well, we can see if there's another day available. Did you say 2 weeks?
Well, I just know that this is going to be the fourth case that was reset to April 18th today. Seems like a popular destination.
I can do April 21st.
April 21st, that'd be fine.
Okay, at 10 a.m. Nice to meet you, Mr. Hicks.
Nice to meet you, Your Honor. Have a lovely day, and may Mr. Hernandez and I be excused.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I went ahead and sent it off. And the only thing that I may need, I guess it's the case number to be placed. It's because the state just put the wrong number. So it's 648-386. This is the state versus Jessica Holguin, and the paperwork should be getting to you pretty quick, Judge.
Okay, so 648-386.
That's correct. 648-386.
Okay. I do have the paperwork in front of me. And Ms. Holguin's attorney is? I'm sorry, is who?
Brent de La Paz.
Okay. Ms. Holguin, are you driving?
No, I came outside. I'm at work, so I came outside to address this.
Okay. All right. So Ms. Holguin, I'm going to be asking you a few questions about yourself and about the documents you signed, and then we'll take your plea. If at any time I ask you something that you do not understand, will you let me know?
Yes, ma'am.
If at any time you wish to speak to your attorney, will you let me know?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so what are the charges with Ms. Holguin?
Obstruction of a highway, Your Honor. She's currently, it's going to be a DWI, and we are amending the information, adding count 2, obstruction of a highway, and subsequently moving to dismiss count 1, driving while intoxicated.
Okay, and have I got that paperwork?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I believe so, right?
I sent her the plea packet. Did you give me something else?
Let me look. Do you also want the state's motion to amend information and all that was signed
Yes,
by
please.
the judge? Okay. I'll send that to you, Alita.
All right. What is the plea bargain?
The plea bargain is 12 months deferred adjudication, a $500 fine with 1/2 suspended, plus court cost, 24 hours of community service, a TAP evaluation, DWI education, and ignition interlock for 1/2 the term.
Is that the plea bargain as you understand it, Mr. De La Paz and Ms. Holguin?
It is, Your Honor. And I believe I've already sent the state, I think, I'm looking through my notes real fast. I believe she's already completed the courses, the DWI education and victim impact panel.
Michael's a great, whatever.
Judge Saldaña normally asks them to provide proof, but she gives them credit towards that. And then the only, well, two things is I didn't get a chance to ask the prosecutor if they had any objection, so I kind of asked that openly, but switching to the personal device, just because other people have access to her vehicle, and it run into problems before with that. And she's got 2 family trips coming up. I just wanted to address real quick. Normally, Judge Saldaña will ask for dates, and then she'll allow them to travel.
We're unopposed to the traveling, right? As long as there's notice, right, provided to the probation officer. In regards to the ignition interlock, usually we ask for an affidavit of non-driving, and it sounds as if she will be driving at least sometime or some part of the time. So, yeah, we would ask that the ignition interlock stay on for the 6 months.
We're not opposed to the monitoring. It's just maybe just a personal device, just so that the only one blowing into it is her, instead of having, if somebody else is in her vehicle, and it'll still be a violation. I mean, it's somebody else is blowing into it, and just trying to avoid that messy scenario.
I'll leave it to the discretion of the court.
Okay. Did that get sent over to me? The motion to amend the information?
No, Your Honor, I am working on it. Sorry, I was doing something else, but it will be going your way.
Okay. Ms. Holguin, do you want to raise your right hand? So you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay. All right. So you originally have a charge of DWI, and the state has amended the information and added a count 2 obstruction of highway, and that's what I understand you're going to be pleading guilty to. Is it pleading
ma'am.
guilty or no contest?
It's guilty.
Okay. All right. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Up to what grade did you get in school?
I did some college,
What did you study?
some nursing.
Are you currently working in the medical field?
I am not.
What are you doing now?
I manage a T-Mobile store.
Okay. So did you have an opportunity to read all the documents you signed?
I did.
Did you have an opportunity to visit with your attorney about the facts and circumstances surrounding this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you discuss with him the possible consequences of a of the offense that you were originally charged with?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you talk to him about the plea bargain that was being extended to you by the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you decide you wanted to accept that plea bargain?
I did.
Was that your decision alone?
It was.
But you did it after you consulted with your attorney?
Correct.
Are you satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You think he did a good job for you?
You did.
No complaints?
No.
You've spoken with your client, Mr. De La Paz. Do you feel that she understands the nature of the proceedings, knowingly waived her rights, and wishes to go forward?
Yes, Your Honor.
You signed several documents. Specifically a consent to plea by video conference. So you understand that you were giving consent to proceeding on Zoom by video conference.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you want the information read aloud?
No, Your Honor, we waive it.
Okay. So you understand that originally you had a DWI charge, which is going to be dismissed, and you're going to plead to the guilty to count 2, the obstruction of highway.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is a Class B, carries a fine of up to $2,000 and up to 180 days in jail. You understand that you're giving up your right to a trial by a jury. I'm going to hear the case instead. Is that what you want?
Yes, ma'am.
You're waiving your right to confront witnesses in court. Your attorney will never have an opportunity to cross-examine them. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're giving up your right to remain silent. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
I have to ask, are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol or anything that might affect your judgment at this time?
No, ma'am.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So how do you plead to the charge of obstruction of highway?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody threatened you or forced you or coerced you in any way?
No, ma'am.
Anybody promised you anything?
No, ma'am.
So you understand then that the range of punishment of up to 180 days in jail and up to a $2,000 fine. Knowing the full range of punishment, do you still wish to enter your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're freely and voluntarily entering your plea.
Yes, ma'am.
The court, is there anything you'd like to say before I sentence you?
Ma'am.
Court, having heard the court, in accordance with the plea bargain agreement, defers adjudication for a period of 12 months, imposes a $500 fine, 1/2 of it is suspended, court costs, 24 hours of community service. Now, Judge Saldaña allows, sorry, I'm trying to switch from this screen where the plea bargain forms are on. Judge Saldaña allows credit to be given if you were vaccinated against your community service hours. Are you vaccinated, Ms. Holguin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you can show proof of your first vaccination, you get 8 hours. If you've got a second vaccination, then you get another 8 hours. And if you have your booster, that's another 8. So that would really basically cover your 24 hours of community service. So if you show that to your probation officer, that's up to you, but you can get credit that way. You'll also have to have a TAP evaluation, a DWI education course, and the ignition interlock for 1/2 of the term. All the other general conditions will be explained to you by your probation officer. You're going to be asked to go in and meet with them before you sign off. So you'll be
Okay.
placed in the breakout room.
Okay, sounds good.
I want to caution you about taking this very seriously. This is a very, very good opportunity for you to have be able to clean up your record. But the nice thing about deferred is that you can go ahead and clean up your record.
Right.
There is a little bite to it. If you don't comply with your conditions, they can come back and ask to have you adjudicated, where you would eventually then have a record. So I just wanted to make sure that you understood that you should take this very seriously. Good luck
I
to you.
appreciate it. Thank
Good.
you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You'll be excused.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do we have another plea?
Did we find out on Mr. Velasquez plea paperwork? What was it sent?
I believe it was sent. We're based out of Judge Saldaña's court, so it should be with this court in terms of the paperwork submitted.
Okay, I didn't know you all were looking for it. Sorry.
Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, Judge Saldaña already signed it, so I will
Yeah, send it to
send it
me.
to you.
And we've got 2 cases. Which one is it gonna be?
So from my understanding, we are proceeding on the DWI, and Jeff, please correct me if I'm wrong. The state is going to dismiss the unlawful carry.
That is correct. What's the case number again? 'Cause I know it's-
662-280? Is that the one that DWI?
All right, okay. So it's in Judge Saldaña has not signed it, so I can actually go ahead and substitute Salinas. Okay, so need to find the email address for you, Your Honor. 1 second. Your Honor, I added you as alternative to both, so you should have that now. And with this one, it will be just the information already has account to obstruction of a highway. So we don't need to amend the information.
I just got it. You know, there is a defendant, or I think he's a defendant, Arian A. Macy.
Yes, Your Honor. I need to meet up with her in a breakout room. I did send her into a breakout room, so I'm gonna need her to probably go back and be patient.
So did she get an invite to go into a breakout room?
She did, and she was in there, but she popped out. Let me move her to another one so she can see it.
Miss Macy, just will you go ahead and go into, there she goes. No, yeah, I think she just did. Okay, because she was flashing. I didn't know she was trying to get our attention. Mr. Richardson and Ms. Olguin are back. Did you need something?
Oh, she's good to go, Your Honor. I gave her the information she needed.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
So then the next plea is Adrian Tomas Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where are you?
In my home.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell. I wanted to make sure you weren't driving. Okay. And who is your attorney?
Orlando Velasquez.
I'm right here. Thank you.
What is the plea bargain?
Yes, Your Honor. The plea agreement is 12 months of deferred adjudication, a $500 fine plus court cost, 48 hours of community service, DWI education, the victim impact panel, ATP evaluation, ignition interlock for 1/2 the term, and taking into consideration case number 662279. And I will be submitting that dismissal to you here shortly, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Mr. Hernandez and
Your Honor.
Is that the plea bargain as you understand it?
It mostly is, Judge, and I did forget Mr. King Mr. King and I discussed in conference that the state was not opposed to random UAs in lieu of the ignition interlock. I spoke with my client about it. He would prefer the random UAs. This is a first offense, Your Honor. And I did confer with the state prior, and the state, from my understanding, is not opposed to that.
That is correct, Your Honor. We did discuss it, and we are in accordance with the random UAs.
Okay, so then the initial interlock for 1/2 the term, you're okay with it just being random UAs?
Yes, Your Honor. I discussed it with defense counsel. He just never confirmed which if he wanted to take the random UAs or what the final one was going to be. So I was just going with our initial one.
Yeah, that's my bad, Jeff. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, excuse me while I'm looking at this on my screen. So if I look a little distracted, I'm just trying to see. Okay, Mr. Hernandez, I did swear you in, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you've seen several documents. Did you read them?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go over them with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself and the documents. If at any time you do not understand me, will you let me know?
Absolutely.
Okay. How old are you?
41.
Up to what grade did you get in school?
12.
Okay. Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you understand you signed a document indicating that you are in agreement to proceed by video conference on Zoom. Is that
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
All right, and you understand that the agreement, the plea bargain is that you would plead to obstruction of a highway, and that they're going to be dismissing the other charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that is a Class B, and it carries a fine of up to $2,000 and up to 180 days in jail. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're giving up your right to a trial by jury. I'm going to hear the case instead. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
You're giving up your right to confront witnesses, have your attorney cross-examine them? Is that
Yes,
what you
ma'am.
want to do? And you're basically giving up your right to remain silent. So you're giving up that right as well. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol or anything that might affect your judgment at this time?
No, ma'am.
Has anybody ever questioned your mental competency?
No.
So you understand what you're doing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you decided to accept the plea bargain after you consulted with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You discussed the facts and circumstances in this case with him?
Yes.
And it was your decision alone?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Absolutely.
You think he did a good job for you?
Absolutely.
No complaints.
No complaints.
You've spoken with your client. Do you feel he understands the nature of the proceedings and knowingly waived his rights and wishes to go forward?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So how do you plead to the charge of obstruction of a highway, which is a Class B misdemeanor as charged?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody threatened you or forced you or coerced you in any way?
No, ma'am.
Anybody promised you anything?
No, ma'am.
Knowing the full range of punishment, you still wish to enter in your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're freely and voluntarily entering your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Court finds that you, well, is there anything you'd like to say before I sentence you?
No, ma'am.
All right. In accordance with the plea bargain agreement, the court is going to defer your adjudication for a period of 12 months. You'll be on probation during that period of time. We will impose a $500 fine. Court costs 48 hours of community service, DWI education, VIP, ATP evaluation, and in lieu of the ignition interlock, we're going to require that you submit to random UAs. And we are taking into consideration cause number 662279. I will tell you that Judge Saldaña's policy is if you are vaccinated, that is a COVID vaccination, you get up to 24 hours of community service credit. So that's, you get 8 hours for your first, 2 hours for another 8 for your second, and another 8 for your booster. She might actually consider, if there's a 4th booster that comes down the line, another 8 hours, but that knocks out half of your community service. If you are vaccinated, show proof to your probation officer so you can get that credit. All the other general conditions are going to be explained to you by the probation officer. You'll be meeting with him immediately after this. You'll be placed in a breakout room. Any questions, Mr. Hernandez?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Hernandez, deferred adjudication is a wonderful, wonderful thing. This is a great plea bargain. But take it very seriously, because if you do not comply with your probation, they can file a motion to adjudicate you, which means that then you would have a record. And in addition to that, if you complete your probation successfully, you're able to come back and file in a civil court a motion to have your record cleaned up.
Okay.
So make sure that you take this seriously.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may my client and I be excused? My client after he consults with probation, and may I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate your professionalism.
You're mighty welcome. You have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Do we have another plea?
Your Honor, on Jennifer Chavez, that's with Mr. George Sharman. We're going to recall this case for Thursday because Mr. Sharman is at a doctor's appointment.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to make sure Ms. Chavez.
Ms.
Hi,
Chavez?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Being rescheduled for Thursday at what time?
10 a.m., Your Honor.
10 a.m. Thank you very much. Stay
Thank
in
you.
contact with your attorney.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
And as far as Mr. Barrera, he is in custody. You know, he's been there all day, Your Honor. I believe maybe Mr. William Simmons must be in another court or in trial. Since he did not show up, I did do several invites to no avail.
Do you want to schedule him for Thursday as well?
I will like to bring him back on Thursday, if that's okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Barrera.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
And the other gentleman, Mr.
Godinez?
Godinez, I think his attorney is Mr. Hector Garza as well. He did try to call him. I don't know what the outcome was. Mr. Godinez, did Mr. Garza tell you anything?
No, I called. They said he's in court and he's gonna be trying to reach us on the phone to join us.
Okay, so he's probably in court. I will have to do the same thing, Your Honor, bring him back on
Thursday.
On Thursday. Mr. Godinez,
Yes, ma'am.
will be Thursday at 10 a.m.
Thursday, 10 a.m. You got it. Can I end the session?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And Mr. Darian Shelton.
Ma'am.
And Darian Shelton, okay, well, this case apparently was dismissed. This is the one you signed on Miguel A. Hernandez that he called in.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me just confirm that.
I know I've signed some, but I haven't gotten to all of them.
Yeah, this case is dismissed for insufficient evidence.
Yes, ma'am. So what do I do now? Because I've been trying to get to the bottom of it. I just need to know so I can handle my business.
Well, it's signed and filed, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's dismissed.
Okay, well, thank you, ma'am. May I be dismissed from here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, it looks like we are done.
What about that one person that you took to a breakout room?
Miss Massey?
Mm-hmm.
She had an attorney by the name of James Dwiggins, and Mr. Dwiggins is now working for the DA. So since she had a felony pending, case was reset to May 10th. And we will get her, I got her phone number, and we will get her another counsel.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Butler, and thank you, Ms. Hurst.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Likewise. So other than catching up with signing the documents that you've sent me, Aleda, do we have anything else today?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much for helping us out.
Anytime.
And I hope to see you soon. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
We're done for the day.
All right.